Good evening, I'm Naashika, and this is chale.news. Tonight, a pre-dawn fire leaves hundreds homeless in Kumasi, and a baby is among 3 dead at a bridge that officials have known about for months. On the political front, diplomatic heat from Israel, a major court move against Ken Ofori-Atta, and Parliament stuck in a vetting standoff. A heavy evening. Let's get into it. We start in Kumasi, where a fire ripped through the Asawase Pelele slum before sunrise this morning, and hundreds of people woke up with nothing. Young mothers, migrant workers from the north, families who lost everything in the dark. Firefighters struggled just to reach the blaze. The settlement is so congested, there was barely a path in. No casualty count. No relief plan announced. People are on their own tonight. And then there's Tempane. 3 people are dead, including a 2-month-old baby, after the collapsed Bugri Bridge was left unrepaired for at least 2 months. 2 months. The district chief executive says a temporary crossing is now being arranged. A permanent fix will come after the rains. No timeline. 3 funerals could have been avoided. On the diplomatic front, Israel's ambassador to Ghana, Roi Galad, held a press conference in Accra to publicly push back on President Mahama's description of the Gaza war as genocide. Mahama made those remarks at the UN General Assembly and on Turkish TV. The ambassador called it a mistake. The Mahama government had not responded as of publication. The SML scandal case keeps moving. Accra's High Court has cleared the OSP to serve former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and ex-Chief of Staff Ernest Darko Akore with criminal summons in the United States. In absentia prosecution isn't automatic yet. U.S. legal channels have to formally notify the accused first. But the GH $1.4 billion case is getting closer to a courtroom. Inside Parliament, the NPP Minority has moved to block the vetting of several presidential nominees, Senator Rawlings, Mahama Ayariga, and others. The Appointments Committee is at a standoff. The minority hasn't stated its legal grounds publicly, and no timeline for resolution has been given. Full breakdown on chale.news. Chairman Wontumi tried to negotiate his way out. It didn't work. The state rejected his plea bargain offer in the 30 Meters Exim Bank fraud case as inadequate. Full trial is now ordered, with the prosecution given 14 days to file disclosures. Special Prosecutor Kissy Agabing wants new powers and bold ones. He's calling for laws that would let the OSP and EOCO seize assets from anyone who can't explain where their wealth came from. No criminal conviction required. Just own it, explain it, or lose it. Expect that proposal to spark serious debate. In the Upper West, the frustration with Mahama's cabinet reshuffle is getting loud. Traders and tricycle operators in Wa want Dr. Rashid Pelpuo brought back from his new presidency role to a full cabinet seat. The region delivered all 11 parliamentary seats to the NDC in 2024 and now holds no full ministerial portfolio. That's the argument on the street. The government announced today it saved $250 million renegotiating power contracts with independent power producers. Good news if the details hold up. Which companies? What changed? When do consumers benefit? None of that was shared at the energy conference where the announcement was made. We're watching. Ghana grew at 6% and 4% in Q1 2026, ahead of the full-year target. The IEA's response? Most Ghanaians have felt none of it. The think tank is urging a shift from stabilization toward jobs, industrialization, real income growth. The economy is growing. The question is for whom? Ghana's styrofoam ban is locked in January 1st, 2027. That's 4 months away. Environment Minister-designate Senator Rawlings told the EPA at her vetting to hold the deadline firm. Production, importation, sale, use all banned. No penalty schedule or support fund announced yet. Nigeria's Football Federation has collapsed from the top. The president, the general secretary, the full executive committee all resigned after both the Super Eagles and Super Falcons missed their World Cups. The Falcons' exit ended a 35-year unbroken run. As Ghana continues its own coaching search, consider this a cautionary tale of what total football failure looks like. The Black Princesses face Mexico today in Poland, their final warm-up before the U20 Women's World Cup. A behind-closed-doors test, 1200 GMT kickoff. The team put 4 past Slays of Wrocław in their first friendly. Coach Charles Sampson is making his last squad calls. Come on, princesses. Diana Hamilton has opened up about a frightening health scare. What was supposed to be a routine appendix operation turned into 5 hours under the knife. Doctors found a suspicious mass and worried about cancer. She waited 3 weeks for biopsy results. The all clear came. We're glad she's okay. We end on something that'll make you smile. In Aboso, Western Region, a police officer helped fight a building fire and assisted victims and the community lifted him onto their shoulders and carried him through the streets. They're now demanding the IGP promote him. Ghana needs more of this energy. That's your August 27th evening digest. Heavy day, but we covered it. Every story, fully reported, is waiting for you at chale.news. Stay informed, stay sharp. Good night.